Dao De Jing, Chapter 2, The Wisdom of Contrasts and the Quiet Power of the Sage. What if beauty only exists because we know what ugliness is? What if good only makes sense in contrast to what we call evil? Chapter 2 of the Dao De Jing opens with a striking idea. Opposites give rise to one another. This is not just a poetic thought. It's a core principle of Taoist philosophy. Lao Tzu reminds us that all things in the world arise relationally. Beauty, goodness, difficulty, ease, none exist independently. They emerge from contrast. Without dark, there is no light. Without sound, no silence. In this way, Taoism invites us to move beyond black and white thinking and embrace a world of dynamic interplay. The chapter begins. When all under heaven know beauty as beauty, there is already ugliness. When all know goodness as goodness, there is already not good. These lines suggest that the moment we name something, we divide the world. Once we label something beautiful, we imply that something else is ugly. Once we declare something to be good, we cast a shadow where bad must also exist. Definitions and distinctions, while useful, separate us from wholeness. They invite judgment, comparison, and attachment. This doesn't mean we should abandon discernment, but Lao Tzu's wisdom is clear. Naming things creates separation, and once we separate, we lose the seamlessness of the Tao. Rather than trying to categorize life, Taoism teaches us to witness its unfolding without clinging to one side of an experience. The next lines of the chapter deepen this insight. Thus, being and non-being give rise to each other. Difficult and easy bring about each other. Long and short shape each other. High and low incline toward each other. Sound and voice harmonize with each other. Before and after follow one another. This is not a list of opposites, but a description of how all phenomena are interwoven. Existence and emptiness are not rivals. They are part of the same process. A cup is only useful because of its empty space. A door functions because there's a hole in the wall. What is there and what is not there define each other. This mutual arising applies to experience too. Hardship gives meaning to comfort. Effort makes rest more satisfying. High and low define each other. Sound is only appreciated against the backdrop of silence. And time itself flows this way. Before and after, rising and falling, moving in cycles rather than lines. This is the heartbeat of the Tao. Not separation, but transformation. This kind of relational thinking may feel foreign in a culture built on categorization and hierarchy. But in Taoist thought, nothing exists independently. Everything leans on everything else. Understanding this opens a new way of being, less rigid, more flexible, less controlling, more flowing. Then comes one of the most important teachings of the chapter. Therefore, the sage manages affairs through non-action and teaches through no words. Here, Lao Tzu introduces the concept of wu-wei, often translated as non-action. But that translation can be misleading. The sage is not inactive. Rather, he does not act against the natural order. His action is harmonious, spontaneous, and unforced. He acts without striving. He moves without manipulation, and because of this, his influence is profound. To teach without speaking may sound paradoxical, but think of the people in your life who have taught you the most. Were they always giving advice, or were they simply living in a way that made you reflect, realign, and grow? Lao Tzu says the sage teaches through how he lives, not through speech or commands, but by embodying wisdom. He leads not by control, but by presence. The chapter continues. The 10,000 things arise, yet he does not claim them. He gives them life, but does not possess them. He acts, but does not rely on what he does. He achieves, but does not take credit. The sage in Taoism is a kind of quiet gardener. He tends to life, but doesn't control its unfolding. He doesn't possess the results. He doesn't interfere with the natural growth of things. This humility is not weakness. It's a deep form of trust. The sage knows that life flourishes best when left to its rhythm. This passage challenges many modern assumptions about success and leadership. We're taught to chase recognition, to own our accomplishments, to build legacy and influence. But the sage lets go. He acts without attachment. He creates and then steps aside. Why? Because to seek credit is to tie your worth to something external, and that leads to suffering. The chapter ends with one of Lao Tzu's most liberating insights. Because he does not claim success, success cannot leave him. Or, in some translations, by not seeking recognition, he has nothing to lose. This is the Taoist ideal, freedom through detachment. When we let go of needing to be seen, needing to be right, needing to be praised, we become invulnerable. We act out of alignment, not out of ego. We serve without striving. We move through life with grace. What would life look like if we adopted this approach? If we stopped measuring our worth by how much we're seen or applauded? If we could let go of the need to always be doing, always be achieving, Taoism offers a radical alternative. Act when it is time, rest when it is time, and never force what isn't ready to unfold. Let things grow as they will. Step back, let go. Chapter 2 is not just poetry. It's a blueprint for wise living. It tells us that opposites are not enemies, but dance partners. That emptiness has value. That non-interference is not inaction, but the highest form of trust. And that the quietest leaders, those who teach by presence, are the ones most aligned with the Tao. In a world obsessed with doing more, being more, and getting ahead, Lao Tzu whispers a different truth. Do less. Want less. Claim less. And in doing so, become whole. If you're feeling inspired by the wisdom of the Tao and want to bring more balance, clarity, and inner strength into your daily life, we invite you to join us at Jade Dragon Qigong on social media. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook, where we share daily reflections from the Dao De Jing, guided Qigong practices, and timeless teachings adapted for the modern world. Whether you're new to the path or deep into your journey, you'll find a community rooted in presence, breath, and the living flow of the Tao. Just search for at Jade Dragon Qigong or visit us at www.jadedragon.online. Come be part of something ancient, alive, and deeply transformative.